we have found huge success through being charity partners and not putting on our own events. I think our largest year at Marine Corps Marathon, we raised $800,000 through the charity bib
Wow.
program.
Yeah.
So it's just really fantastic for us. That is where we found our biggest success.
One of the interesting things now is like, okay, so say I have 10 spots or 20 spots. What tools or how would I start marketing and recruiting people to participate in this? Because it's not just that they get to run, there is an ask, right? So we're asking you to fundraise. So can you walk us through that?
One of the interesting things also about our organization is that we have given away millions of dollars, but we've been able to keep our overhead at just 7% since inception. So we are truly grassroots. And it's funny because people are like, we don't know about you. How have you given away so much money and how have you raised so much money? But truly it's through word of mouth, and we do the hard things, expos, community outreach events, setting up tables. We do a little bit of Facebook marketing. We paid for some advertisements, but very little. We have just been able to grow our program by providing amazing experiences for our athletes. And so when you're asking like, what do we spend money on? We don't really spend money. The best advertising is the word of mouth from our athletes, recruiting them, having races that, our runners really want to get into. So that is huge for us, but just providing the best experiences. The interesting thing I found in the beginning was, here's the goal. We want to set this minimum. And you're like feeling like a bill collector, right? We never want to feel like a bill collector because
Right.
we just want them to be connected to our mission and not about the fact that they have to raise this much money. So we really try to focus on the excitement of being a top fundraiser and what can we do and finding those fundraising incentives. Just recently, we did a poll and we found it very fascinating that they were not motivated by an incentive such as a piece of swag, like, a hat or a t-shirt or those things. There's a few people, but for the most part, they were motivated by experiences. So that we absolutely do fundraising incentives all the time. We're going to do a fundraising incentive here in the next couple of weeks for the 4th of July. Obviously we're a very patriotic organization, so we'll do a fun gift for that. We keep the gifts at 2% or less of whatever the fundraising was, so we can just keep that overhead significantly low. But the best fundraising incentives are like giving them the best seat at the pasta dinner table, or right, having a one-on-one Zoom if you're not having something in person. So there's a lot of really creative ways that you can do incentives. Maybe it's there's finish line passes. You could get them, an incentive to earn the finish line pass. So we really try to think of anything we can to not spend money on that incentive. But swag doesn't motivate people, but money does. And one of my favorite things that Run Sign Up offers, which we have a very large percentage advantage of, is the refund option. So that is fantastic that Run Sign Up implemented that. We set that goal at 40 or 50% above the fundraising minimum, and then when they reach that, they can get a refund on their registration fee, and that's automated through Run Sign Up, which is fantastic.
Obviously, the pandemic made things a little difficult when you're kind of built around these charity bibs and the large events. So what is your future outlook for this type of program, and has the pandemic changed any of your approach?
Some of the things that we implemented, I think we're going to keep. We love the fact that these teammates can get to know each other through Zoom. I do think people are zoomed out, but I think that getting to know each other before we, get together for that first virtual event, we will keep implementing Zoom meetings. I really like that. It adds to, like we said, the closed Facebook. Now they actually have, a face and a voice to the person that they're chatting with on Facebook. So we love that. What we found is that more people from their communities, like you said, the person in Chevy Chase is only an hour away and there's something in, DC that they can go to, that they want to get in the car and go and be with that person. I think everyone felt so isolated. So we had tried it years ago and it didn't really work. And now it seems to be working because of the pandemic, is athletic clubs where they can get together and have social events or go on a run. And we just found everyone was kind of on their own before this, and now they're actually desiring that group cohesion a little bit more. So that's great. So we're starting athletic clubs in all different cities. People have come forward and wanted to be captains. So that started and will absolutely continue. And we hope to grow that significantly.
So one of the things that I found that you as an organization do really well is this fundraiser toolkit.
Yeah, it's really funny. That is actually something that we worked on a little bit over the last year. We had a no lie 12-page document that I created more than a decade ago, and it was things to help them with fundraising. It was thank you letters to their donors. It was ideas. I literally had like 100 fundraising ideas, right? It was like, barbecues, local races, big sale. I mean, it was, the gamut of what you could do to fundraise. But the most important thing was how to set up their fundraising page and how to use their fundraising page to really tell their story. We put in a basic letter that they can keep and use, and it's a message saying to their potential donors, like, I'm running for this event and this is what it's for. But we really encourage people to customize it. Tell your story. Why are you doing this? We can give a general story for you, like, why are you doing this? But again, some of the tools that Run Sign Up has, like putting in pictures or telling, the reason why they chose this organization, not only why they're running the event, but why they chose this organization. If they're running in memory of someone, what is the meaning for this? Because that's the one thing, like, you can qualify for the Boston Marathon and run the Boston Marathon, right? But if you're running the Boston Marathon and running for a charity, you're doing it for a reason. There's a lot of charities you can pick, but you're picking this charity for X reason. And I think it's so important that you tell that story. Getting off on a little tangent, but our toolkit, we say, how do you get started? And we really have slides, beautiful slides, that Christine Ingram on our team made that show screenshots of Run Sign Up. Like, this is where you're going to put your picture, and this is where, you should put your story. We want to set them up for success. And, when it was a 12-page document, I know they weren't reading it, but now we have a beautiful slideshow that they can quickly watch and give them the tools for success to get started.